All right. Here we go. Well, welcome back to Azarath, everybody. We will do a little recap here. As you can see, we have a new player. Welcome, Liz. You'll find out the character name later, but
I think it's Zabe.
luckily Liz is smart, so I think she'll catch on quick. We talked a little bit about combat and such, and she seemed to pick it up better than some of the people that have been playing, so we'll just move on from there. But I think I want to step back a little bit, one for important details, but also just with both Nyx and Zabe coming in here. I want to start with when you guys were heading towards Azarath, and you came across that mutated two-headed ogre and that six-legged dog. Killed the ogre, the dog ran away. Steve performed the ritual on a few of the lost bodies that were hanging out there. And then you go into the cave. Some weird things happened. Kind of felt like an hallucination, but it was very real. You took the damage when you came back from the dreamlike sequence. You kept the injuries you had, but healed nonetheless. And then you were at the exit of the cave and into Shadowfall Peaks. While in Shadowfall Peaks, not that many steps out of the cave into the area, you noticed a halfling who you met, which was Nyx, and Nyx was approaching a kind of like shack that was like beat up but also very sturdy in a weird way, where you met the traveler who was in there talking to you guys. Kind of a weird dude, so y'all were like, all right, we don't want anything to do with this guy, so moved on from him. And if you remember, as you like kind of looked back to check it, the hut and him were gone. So some weird magic things going on with the traveler there. Camped out, woke up, decided to split, going left and going right. This was because the sorcerer Minnie learned the ritual that Steve has been performing for the lost bodies, so they figured, all right, let's travel in smaller groups so that we can be stealthy easier, and then also that way Minnie can free lost bodies going north around the bend, and Steve can free them going south around the bend. So, heading south was Steve, Bo, Nyx, and Daniel. Heading west around the south edge. You guys started approaching. You kind of saw, in these roads, just a reminder, are like kind of, sometimes there's like sharp turns, otherwise it's like wavy, so it's kind of hard to see very far ahead because you have the rocks right off of the terrain. The lane's about 30 feet wide. But eventually there's kind of a long path and you can see an opening to a larger area. You're like, okay, we're coming up on something. And so you guys are making your perception checks and looking, and you noticed a person camped out up in the rocks. So you kind of head up there to investigate that. It turned out to be a tiefling, and it was Malmus. So you begin talking with him. Unfortunately, a party member rolled a natural 1, I won't name names, and it caused a little bit of a ruckus, which alerted the people in the camp, and you guys were kind of ambushed, but also you had a lot of cover because you were in the rock, so it kind of turned out somewhat well in your favor, but you faced a giant, I'll say mutated frost giant, and I say that because there are frost giants that exist in Dungeons & Dragons universe. This one had some special abilities that I added. Not typical of all frost giants. So, anywho, him and a few goblins kind of shot you guys. You guys cleaned them up. Bo did fall at the end, but was picked up. No deaths, so that was good. So make sure, I trust all you guys are marking down whatever spell slots you're using. Bo, for you, your key points you've used. Keep track of your HP. I trust all of you guys are doing that, so you have not rested yet, so you should, whatever you used last session, you still don't have, so keep that in mind. I have Steve's marked down as well, because he used some spells, so that happened, and then you guys made your way in slowly, stealthy. You had Daniel taking the lead. Things seemed pretty quiet. no one's around the camp. You had the perception to notice areas where there was stuff, and it linked up one with one of the goblins and the giants. So you're like, okay, it doesn't seem like there's more people, at least from looking around. And then I'll pull up the map here. See if I can get this up quick. Oh yeah, Beyond Incarnate. I'll pull up the map that I was showing last time. But essentially, there's a corner with some spikes. Wait, I gotta download it now. Let's do that. There's some spikes over in the corner that have lost bodies skewered down through the abdomen. Pretty horrible sight. Were clearly being used to pick off arms and legs for the giant and goblins to eat, which is pretty unfortunate. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so I don't know if you can make that big. Click on it, make it big. Yeah, so can you see my mouse? Probably not, huh?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, well, you guys can visually see the spikes up there in the top right. That's what had the body skewered through it. Steve immediately rushed over there, got one of the bodies off, and has started performing a ritual. For Zabe, you don't know this, but Steve has to perform rituals to free these lost bodies. He uses onions to form a circle, and right now he only has enough to fit him because he's ginormous and one other lost body. So he started that journey instantly. You guys investigated the blue orb circle on the right, which seems to have somebody locked inside of it. It appears to be ice, but the fire that the goblins have made below it are not melting it. And judging by the lumber and the rocks down there, this fire has been going for an extreme amount of time. So clearly this is a magical fortress that just looks like ice. While you guys were investigating, Malmus made note that he's was pretty sure he knew how to release this, so kicked out some fire, got set up, and started performing a ritual cast to release this, which takes about 10 minutes, the same amount of time Steve took, which Steve started a little before that, so he's about a minute ahead on Malmus. But that's kind of where we're picking up. So Nyx, Bo, and Daniel, what are we doing as Malmus kind of gets in position and starts his ritual? You guys want to wait and see what happens, or how do you want to move forward?
I believe we decided to wait last time and watch.
Okay.
I think that's where we ended up.
Yep.
Steve gets done with his first. He kind of notices you guys doing that over there, and he's just going to start on the second body. He'll give a quick notice. You guys get over there? You need any help, or... Good?
Malmus has this covered for us.
Okay. He's going to start in the next person. Alright. Let me grab this. So, Malmus, you finish your casting, and falling now from the position that this body was in, it was stuck in for so long, presumably. You watch everybody as this hulking body, this maroon-looking scaled Dragonborn with a similar armor set to that of Malmus, except maybe a heavier duty, falls onto you, Malmus, as you finish your ritual, and you catch him, and he coughs up blood down your back.
Romantic.
I can't see who's there. Who released me? Fuck, my organs are burning.
It is me, brother.
Odysseus? Oh my god. It's been... I can't believe you're alive. I thought for sure they'd find you. They casted some kind of necrotic energy at me, and I don't know, I could feel like a poison eating at my insides. It's a spell I've never encountered before, and God, he was using some sort of staff, and I could tell that there was crotanium at the end of it, and I don't know, whatever this thing is, it's eating at me, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but it doesn't feel too good. As you just see, he's wincing in pain, and as you guys look down, and you can all see this, the armor was, this is like right below the right side on the rib cage, and the armor's cracked in, and there's like a small ball that clearly is like went through, and on the sides of his scales and even up his neck, you can see veins of like black, of like a sickness spreading around him. And he just continues to like cough blood up on his hands and on the ground. I don't think I'm gonna make it. He's looking to you, Malmus.
We will take you somewhere where you can rest. Do not worry.
Okay. Where the rest, Nyx, Bo, and Daniel? What are you guys doing as you're seeing this happen before you?
Namas called him as a brother. Do they look similar to each other? Okay.
The creature who fell out is a bit larger, and he's a Dragonborn. Malmus is a tiefling. Malmus, where do you lay him at? Just over to the side?
Yeah, I lay him over to the side, and I stand over him, just looking down at his agony, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
I think if you can preserve some of my blood or something while I'm alive, and figure out a way to get an antidote or cure in case this is happening to other people. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to escape this. They hit me right before we were able to kill them, and man, this thing just kept eating at me as they were sealing me in this orb, and I'm surprised they even got it off before this thing took my life.
I look to the group. Can any of you help my brother?
I have no way of healing or medicine. That sounds like a question for Steve.
I can make him a beer.
Sadly, shake my head no as well.
Steve is over in presumably a few minutes into his casting. You guys want to go snap him out of it?
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, what is it? Are you guys okay?
There's a guy dying over here. We need your help. You're the only one that I know can heal people.
This is true. He gets up and walks over, and he's going to cast. You see Steve put his hands over the affected area, and he casts Cure Wounds at first level. And you guys watch as... Let me mark that down. You guys watch Steve, and he gets his energy from the staff. And he kind of wiggles around, stabs it down, puts his hands over, and the flowers and veins start to sprout over the body, presumably from Althea, the Wild Mother. And as they do, and you guys start to see, healing, the veins and the sprouts all of a sudden die and get absorbed into the body, and the veins grow rapidly. I want Nyx and Malmus to make Arcana checks.
That's a D20?
Yep.
I got a 12.
12 total?
Yep.
I got a 17.
Okay, you added your modifier?
Yes, -1.
Malmus, you don't have a lot of. Actually, this would make sense because you're familiar with Crotanium, and he did mention this was a Crotanium staff that did this, which I'll say even with the 12 nicks, you gather that this wound, even obviously because he said it was a staff with Crotanium, you're like, Crotanium is a wild ore. You've only been here a year, but that was part of the reason you come here to study is this Crotanium and its wild magic, and you're like, oh boy, like we don't, like it makes sense that normal magic might not be a good counter to this. Like you're not sure what would happen though, and Malmus, you gather all that too, but one step further, you would have realized, oh shit, yeah, I guess like Crotanium can hold and absorb magic, and so you can tell that it just took that Cure Wounds spell and it accelerated this disease as it spreads through Malmus, or as it spreads through Drover would be his name, but oh, that's not good. And he just coughs up a ton of blood, and he's like, well, brother, it was fun while it lasted.
No! Drover, I cannot lose you.
His eyes go blank, and it's pretty obvious he's dead.
I'm gonna walk over and pat Malmus on the back, and then I'm gonna ask him, why did he call you Odysseus?
That was a nickname he had for me.
A nickname for when?
When we were boys.
When you were
Let's
boys?
not get into that. We need to gather his blood to figure out an antidote in case we run across any other beings that might be hurt like this.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you know chemistry?
I've got nothing. Let's just say, let's say you guys have an empty healing potion. You got the vial. I'll say it's a DC 15 medicine check, so you can see who's got the highest medicine, and somebody else can use the help action, which will just give them advantage. So who's got the highest? I think that's wisdom. So it might be.
Mine's +3.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be the one, Bo. Bo, give me a medicine check with advantage. DC is 15. I'll tell you right now to see if you can successfully get a vial of this blood.
Okay. I got a 7 so 10. You said
With advantage, you can roll twice.
okay. And then 8, so 11 would be the best ones I know.
You guys spend some time getting blood, and you're trying to there's infected blood, non-infected. You're trying to get a good mix, and maybe put a cap on it, and
Maybe.
doesn't seem optimistic, but no one wants to point it out. So you have a vial of blood with you now, Bo, or whoever wants to hold it.
I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, you want to try it?
Shake my head no. Very fastly.
Well, I think it'd be best for Androver's memory if we carry on for his sake. I'm just going to kind of wander over to the orb on the left.
Yep. You
Should we see if the little elves will bury him for us?
Go. You want to ask him?
I'll look at Daniel and ask that question.
Daniel, what do you?
Actually, no. I'll ask Malmus and Daniel too, because Malmus is.
Just a reminder: there are 4 lost body elves in this green area that has vegetation throughout it, and they're just moving ever so slowly.
Can I approach one of the elves?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to touch one on the shoulder and see if it reacts.
You touch one on the shoulder, and it just slowly turns and looks over your head, and then kind of sees you, and then just goes right back down to pulling weeds, but now facing right in front of you. doesn't seem to fully get it.
Yeah, I'll turn back and shake my head, indicating that they are not gonna help out.
Nice. Alright, well, what do you want to do with him, Elmas? You bring him with us, or you leave him here?
We need to cremate him. It is tradition where we
Okay.
come from.
Should we go see if there's a fireplace in the house?
You guys want
Or do you want to check out the orb first?
Well,
Let's stick together. Orb the house.
Because Nick's went to the orb, didn't he?
He's on his way there. Yeah.
Is there like a bunch of brush nearby? Can we like go over to the woods and kind of gather some brush and stick it next to him?
Yeah, you can. There is some fire that was around where he was sealed, and
That's
you
right.
can probably get enough like vegetation in that garden. Whoever wants to make an investigation check of that garden, see how much like you can gather.
I got a natural 1.
Nice.
You kind of like look in the garden and you like keep peeking over at the orb because you're like, why are we wasting time with this? And you're like, yeah, I don't think there's any dead this all looks pretty good and alive.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn it over and cast a firebolt at him, and then
Wait, is the mouse still holding it?
turn away and walk away to the orb.
Is the mouse still holding it?
Make an attack roll with advantage.
no, I set him on the ground, Bo.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Not great. 9.
With advantage?
Wait,
Yeah.
before he casts, I want to look at Malmus and say, there's no way he hits him anyway. He can't hit this spell. I have done
my
this.
God.
I'm like casting it and not even looking to see if it's kind of throwing it and walking towards the orb.
We'll handle my brother later. Let's go investigate the orb.
We're just gonna leave his body here on the ground.
I'm gonna say quick, because this is hilarious. Nyx is like, I'm a wizard. There's a magical floating orb over here. I'm gonna go check this out. You guys are talking about the vegetation. He looks in the garden. He's like, there's nothing. Come on, let's go. And then you guys are like, what do we do? And he just turns and like, isn't even like looking and shoots a firebolt. And it just goes wide into the rocks. As he's just so focused on this orb. And you guys are like, what the hell is going on here?
He really wants to see the damn orb.
All right, let me go over to orb.
Did we just leave his body on the ground over by the orb, the other orb thing?
I'm gonna assume, did you put him like back on like the fire that was surrounding it could start cooking?
I mean, I set him down to the side, but yeah, let's
So
say I did.
Okay, so you want to put him in that fire so he can start getting burned?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so all of you over there looking at this, it's floating about 4 feet above the ground. It's a pure black ball, maybe like 6 inches in diameter, and it's vibrating aggressively. And it's like having explosions of some sort inside of it, causing like the exterior to like stretch out in areas before it like comes back to its natural state. And a line of smoke is going from the ball and traveling directly up until it connects to the fog in the sky and kind of disperses out. Malmus, you instantly recognize this as condensed down crotanium, which is similar to how they make the bombs out of the crotanium, except this one is larger. And then Malmus, I'll have you roll a history check for me, and Nyx, you can roll another Arcana check for me. Just straight rolls, no advantage.
Natural 2?
Got a 10.
No,
I take that back. 12.
Malmus, you know what I just said, which is that it looks a little bit bigger than what the bombs were. Nyx,
Yeah, I picked up on that.
Nyx, you get a little bit more, which would just be that you're like, dispelled magic would probably neutralize this. But you like, just looking at this and having the magic history that you do, you're like, okay, dispel magic would work, but probably not at the base level of Dispel Magic. If you cast it at its original 3rd level, you'd probably have to roll. But maybe if you upcast it, you could neutralize this thing. Is what you would get from a 12.
Should we touch it?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not? What do you know about this?
Well, it looks very similar to an explosive device that I've seen in my past.
You talk about your past a lot. You're not giving us a whole lot of information on it.
It's not important now.
Seems pretty important. You were talking about bombs. We just found a little bomb. I'm just saying, seems a little important. I want to pull out the vial of his friend's blood and then pretend like I'm going to pour it on top of it. And I want to see what Malmus says.
Okay.
Wait. I will tell you. Please do not do that. I come from a long time ago.
You gotta see more than that, buddy.
I come from a long time ago where we were ruled by the elves. Drover was one of my knights. I know there are others out there. They were frozen. So,
Like this guy? Frozen like this guy was?
yeah, Drover, my brother.
Yeah. But they were frozen the same way?
I believe so.
Yes.
But I know that they were frozen.
Okay.
And
By who?
by me. They were frozen to protect us all after a great war where my people were taken over. We had to protect ourselves so that one day we could reclaim our territory and our power.
So you're freeing them to bring them back to fight later?
Precisely.
Zabe, make a perception check with advantage. You guys keep going.
Is she here? I'm sorry. I don't... When did she... I missed it. Okay. I assume she's a she. I guess I don't know.
So,
Because we know her.
so you,
Could be anything.
so you roll twice and take the higher number and add whatever your perception number is on this chart.
Five.
With advantage, what'd you roll?
4.
Did you roll it twice though?
3.
Oh
The other
my
time.
Oh, God.
You're playing music to yourself, so you don't hear anything.
Alright.
Back to the orb.
I'll cork the blood and put it back in my pocket.
And Malmus, do you want?
I'll say thank you.
I can give more information if you want more information. You just like aren't sure, like Dylan's not sure, or if you've given what you want to give.
No, I've given what I want to give for now.
I want
I
to make
don't
sure.
want to.
Okay.
We'll get more later.
Did you say that out loud, or did you say
No.
that to the
Yeah,
ethereal
he's
god?
talking. He's pointing up and talking to me in the game.
Right. Exactly.
We'll get more later.
I'll tell them more as we go.
Alright. So what the hell do we do with this thing? I'm looking at my wizard boy.
Well, I'd prefer not to be the one to touch it first.
Don't you have some kind of spell you can use on it? Because this is... He told us it was a bomb, right?
Right.
That might be kind of useful if we keep it.
It looks like a bomb. I'm not 100% sure. It looks similar to an explosive that I know from my past.
You know what? Just for fun, Daniel and Bo, you guys can make Arcana checks if you want to kind of like investigate into this thing. And who's got the highest wisdom? Bo does.
Somehow.
I got +4.
Oh, never mind. Malmus does.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me too, both Bo and Malmus.
I'll do Arcana first.
Arcana check for me is 6.
I also got 6.
9.
Guys, this orb is mesmerizing. I mean, it's crazy.
It's stunning us
Right
right
I'm gonna
now.
do a perception check too.
Yeah. Yours was 9, Mamas?
Yeah, I
Yes.
got 19
19? You hear music coming from that house.
from the house.
This-
Okay.
The orb is definitely magical. I think we'd be able to get rid of the magic. I don't have the necessary spells to do that.
You don't got it. No one's got it, man. Steve's not with us, right?
He started
He's
the
over with
ritual
the bodies
casting
again.
it, but I'll just tell you right now, he does not have it.
Does not.
Okay.
Can we have Steve just touch it? Just to see what happens?
You can certainly
No,
ask him.
no, we're not having Steve. That's
You
a
can
terrible
ask him.
idea.
I will ask the group. Should we have
No, I don't want
touch it?
Steve. Steve's a delicate little boy. We're not putting Steve in danger like
He's
that.
like
He's the only person that can heal us.
Well, if something
He's my
were to
delicate little
go
boy.
if something were to go wrong, could he not just heal himself?
He could die, man. You just said it was a bomb. Are you trying to kill our healer?
It's a bomb.
You think it's a bomb, but you want him to touch it?
This is your typical adventure. It's like, well, we could die and just heal, so it's fine.
I hate to be that guy, but there's
Think it's solid
4
plan.
elves over there who could not die. if
That's
they
true.
touched it, I believe.
That's true.
Oh,
They'll feel it. They won't die.
What do you want to do?
I'll walk over and take one of the elves by the hand and try and pull it towards.
He'll
I'm
follow.
glad Daniel's our negotiator.
He doesn't fight.
He doesn't fight it? Okay.
No, he'll just. I mean, he walks slow. You have to kind of like pull him, but he'll get over there.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine,
sure
I'll lead him
about that?
over.
I need.
And I'm just gonna.
I need to know positions if we're doing this.
I just wanna lead him like a child and then take his arm and I'll stretch it onto it.
So you're next to
You're
him.
gonna be right up next to him?
Yeah, I'll be next to him.
Oh, I'm gonna back up.
I'm going to back up as well.
How far?
I'm gonna back up even further than them.
I'll go to the fence where he grabbed the elf from.
Okay, that's like 30, 40 feet away.
I'll be like 10 feet behind Daniel. Moral support.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Nyx behind. Yeah.
As the elf's hand makes
I'm gonna get on the ground though.
with the ball orb, Daniel, you feel like back in science class and everyone's holding hands, somebody touches the shocky thing, and you just get a little shock sent through your body from your fingertips to the ground. No damage.
I'll reach out and touch it with my own hand.
Same
shit.
thing, a little more powerful, but no damage.
Okay. I'll look back to the group who's comically far away.
Yeah, you you turn around, you can't even see Nyx because Nyx is like behind Bo's body. You just see Bo.
I'll give him a double thumbs and I'll tap the elf on the head and steer him back towards whatever yard he was doing.
He takes like 3 steps and then just like is like walking like as if I rolled a d6 and every time he took a step in that direction.
I will look at Nyx and say, "What should we do now? If it's not an explosive, how do we figure out what it is?"
Well, it at least doesn't seem to be an immediate danger to us. So,
Malmus,
I think if we...
I'll say this, just so you know. Brooke just showed me she's watching the stream on her phone, so supporting.
Hell yeah.
I'll say this, Malmus. The bombs you guys made, you have to like damage it to make it go off.
That's what I was figuring.
Yeah. So
Should we have...
this looks different and it's acting different from the bombs, but you would know. Which it was good to be cautious touching this thing because like the way it's reacting and moving, the bombs didn't do. They were just condensed balls. So this is different. But now that he's touched it, you're like, okay, probably if you hit it, who knows? But
Are you gonna tell us this
I look
information?
back at Nyx, and I say, we should have Daniel throw the... What is this? I forgot what that
Lost
thing
body.
is. The lost body.
probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be Daniel. He's
Well,
5 foot rogue.
I believe in him.
oh yeah.
As long as it's not a fucking fireball, we can hit it.
What do you think will happen when you throw it at him, Thomas.
Hey, I don't want to metagame, guys, but he could shoot it with an arrow from 80 feet away.
Oh,
That's true.
good point too.
I don't.
Well, no.
I love the idea of throwing the body at it, but you're gonna have
I
to be
want to
like
do that.
you're gonna be like 10 feet away to throw a body at it.
I don't disagree that there's ways to hit the thing. I'm wondering, do we want to hit the thing if we think
Yeah,
it's a
maybe we
bomb?
don't explode it. There's no reason to explode it. Can we pick it up? Or is it there?
You
I thought it was
are
big.
you going to like touch
Isn't
it
it?
and try to move it?
How big is it? I guess I missed that part. It's like 6 foot or something?
6 inches in diameter.
Oh, 6 inches.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go try to pick it up and move it.
You pick it up, and as you take it farther away, it gets stronger. It's like there's a invisible magnet, and like once you get like a foot, I mean it's you can make a check, but you can tell like there's not a breaking point. So
Okay. I'll let it go then. Does it like zoom back or is it just like...
yeah, pretty
Okay.
quick. Like if something was there, it'd get hit.
Noted. Okay. I guess we can just leave it for now unless you guys want to hit it. I'm good though. I'm good on detonating the bomb. Maybe we should save that just in case some shit goes
I
down.
agree. I'm fine with leaving it.
Cool.
You guys are no
Malmus?
fun.
Why do you want to explode it, man?
Malmus, you can hit it.
Although I would love to see if this is a explosive. We'll leave it for later.
Okay, where's the party
Okay.
moving?
I wonder what's going on in the house, the cabin.
We'll head over to the house.
Check it out.
Who's going in first?
Is there windows?
There are no windows, even though this is I had to work with the
cabin
template
is
it gives
this?
me. There's no
That's why I asked. That's why I asked.
I know. There is a fire. There is a chimney. that's the only accurate part. Chimney in the door.
Daniel, how you feeling? Feeling
Take my head
Santa
off.
Clausy?
No.
Right.
Oh, there's smoke. There's a fire happening. There's smoke
Oh,
coming
damn.
from the chimney. You could still go
Okay.
down it. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I took a lot of
I'll go-
damage in our last fight, so I'm kind of hurting.
And as you all get
If
closer,
anybody else wants to go, that'd be
as you all get like closer, you guys can all hear a pan flute being played in there.
hand flute.
I'll just go and knock on the door and then just kind of turn around so as to if you open the door, you won't see me.
Zabe, you hear a knock. Which is weird. No one's ever knocked on the door before. What do you do?
I'm gonna yell like for help. Please help me.
You
Okay.
guys all hear that.
I think it's a trap.
You think it's honestly? It does feel
Yeah.
like a trap. It does feel like a trap.
It does
Maybe
very much sound like a trap.
Please.
should we?
I'll say this because veteran D&D players would know this. So for you guys, Daniel, and you can make an investigation check for traps.
Through a door?
Go ahead and roll an investigation. And you could do it with advantage. 'Cause I'll say you guys are like helping look for traps. So go ahead and roll with advantage, Daniel. Assuming you have the highest investigation.
A nat 20 on my first roll.
Nice.
You guys watch the little Kenku bird kind of, you guys hear this help, and you're all like, I think this is definitely a trap. And upon hearing, you guys like look over, and like Daniel's like touching few, he's like licking the walls and stuff, and he just makes a quick
Licking?
perimeter around the whole hut. And right at the very end, you feel a trigger on the door handle, Daniel, and you know that if you push down and open the door, it'll have a chain reaction. But if you pull the handle up and open the door, nothing will happen. And you're pretty confident that it is the only thing rigged on this house.
All right. What do you think, Daniel?
I'll step back and I'll step back and just give the thumbs up again.
Wait, what?
I'll
Do you tell him it's
Open the door.
trapped?
No, I just give a thumbs up.
That's it?
Oh my god!
I'll go over. And I'll open the door as you would normally.
Make a dexterity saving throw. So fucked up.
12 plus,
What a natural 20. By the way, that was a
16.
DC 10 to get the lock, so you got a natural 20. What was it, Daniel? Or
16.
Sorry, next 16. You save, which means you take half of this damage that I'll say.
I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Before you
I
joined
can
our
hear
crew,
Brooke laugh in the living room. By the way.
Anyway, you have the heart of his wife.
I've already gotten in, before these guys joined our crew. I got in trouble for some stuff that I didn't do. So if this door is trapped, I need them to know that whoever's inside intended for it to be that way. If I don't tell them,
That's fair.
how do they know where it's a trap?
That's fair.
Okay. Oh yeah, you take 16 damage halved because you saved, so you take 8 damage.
Okay.
You guys see Nyx opens this door and 3 daggers just shoot from across the way. And you just instinctively start falling backward, and one of them goes high, the other one scrapes, but one of them gets you right in the abdomen, stabbing you a few inches in. And you're like, oh. And you're confused because with a natural 20, which obviously you don't know that he rolled that, but you watch Daniel sniff this place out, and you're like, God, this guy sucks at finding traps. He what the hell is we even doing?
I guess I could have told him to hold up a shield.
I'm getting out of that doorway as soon as possible.
Okay. Doors open now, and you guys can see inside. I'm gonna share my screen here. This is a small area.
Our vision work?
It's lit up in there. There's some lanterns.
Oh.
It's a small area. Why am I forgetting how to share my screen? Discord. There we go.
He's new.
I've never played before. Okay.
What up, Tub?
So, you guys see.
Oh, it's
see
nice
this.
in here.
There's a table in the middle where the dagger shot above the table from across the way. The door's on the left in the middle. So on the table you see some gold, some rocks on top of it, which you assume is Grotanium. 2 chairs are pushed in, 3 chairs pushed out, which would match the 3 goblins you killed. There's also 3 sets of cards on the table. You can't really see those chests up in the corner, even though you see them on the screen. You know the fireplace is over there. You can see a couple dressers, and there's a cage in the corner with Zabe. Please describe your character.
I am a gnome, about 3 feet tall. Woman. What else? I haven't eaten in a long time, so I look really sad, a few days. And I'm playing my pan flute, a sad song.
Zay, make a performance check for me.
And then sing us a song, please.
Well, that's what this is. Make a performance check.
No, I mean right now, her.
Liz, show us what you got.
All I know is Taylor Swift, so.
Oh, great. Taylor Swift.
That goes hard on the pan flute, though.
Taylor Swift.
It would definitely be
Just
a high
shake it
elf.
off on the pan flute. That's what I'm playing.
Okay. That's
7?
By the way, that's not a sad song, but... A 7?
I mean, yeah.
Liz, you have 3 rolls now. All of them are single digit, under 5. That's what you're telling me. Oh boy. Get them
7
out.
is more than
Use
5.
the right dice?
It's good to get them out. Wait, is it 7 on the dice, or did you add your modifier? Performance.
Oh.
This one.
12.
12. Okay, that's better. You guys see this gnome about the same height as what Minnie was, playing the pan flute, and it's decent. She's hitting the notes, but she's crying. So every now and then it's and like hits a little too high. It's a very sad sight. What do we
So I guess I'll walk inside.
do? Okay.
Do I? I guess I'll look towards the noise. Can I see her? I don't
Yeah,
know
you
if
guys
I
can
really-
see her from outside the door. Like this
Okay.
is probably like 15 feet by like 20. Like this is a
Okay.
pretty small area. So yeah, you are
And-
watching
and-
her play the pan flute.
And the cage is locked. She's locked in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll walk over there and poke her with my stick. That's all.
Ow.
That's it.
Is it safe in there, Bo? I'm still like on the wall outside, just hiding outside the door.
Seems all right. Just a little girl, little gnome.
Then I'll walk in.
Is it a garden gnome?
Yeah, a little
Uh,
garden gnome.
It's a forest gnome, so kind of.
Come check it out. Come
Why is
inside.
it crying? As I walk in the door.
Look how small it looks.
Well, it is in a cage.
She's not that small.
It looks pretty malnourished to me.
I don't
Bo,
think we
do
can
you,
free
do you
this
speak
thing.
or just play the flute?
Me?
Please help me.
You guys can try to. I think Daniel's the only one with thieves' tools, so Daniel can try to pick the lock if he wants.
Daniel, do you want to free her?
Yes, let me try.
All right, go ahead. I'll
Oh,
say
so you want to free?
you can roll with
You want to free
advantage.
her, but the trap on the door. You didn't think to tell us about that, did you?
I'll look at him and then look back to the lock.
What moral
Okay.
compass do you have?
Malnourished. Okay. He knows what he's doing.
I'm gonna see Daniel go to the lock, and I'm just gonna hide under the table.
Make a. I don't think there's any
Would
check
be-
for that. You're good.
Would it be sleight of hand, or what do I do?
Yes, and then, well, no, it's because it's your dex plus proficiency bonus, so I think it's +7 for you.
Yes, so 21 then.
21. You're kind of on a roll here, but this one you can't hide that you got it. So you're 2 seconds in. It's like in Skyrim when you put it at a random spot and it works instantly, and the lock just falls and the cage opens and Zabe, you're free for the first time in like 3 days.
Yay, thank you so much. The
What is your
gnome
name?
trapped or Zabe. The
Zabe?
goblins trapped me in there.
How'd you end up here?
Where are the goblins?
We killed the
I don't
guy.
know.
Oh.
They disappeared earlier today, and I haven't seen them since.
No, we took care of them for you. They're all gone.
Why did they trap you?
Do you want me to tell
I
him?
don't know.
Do you want to hide information?
They must have
or do you
liked
want
your
me to-
music.
Do you want me to tell him what happened?
You can tell them.
So this would be Zabe telling you guys. She was traveling out west, kind of near where you guys killed that mammoth and such, and she was captured by a. Would you give them details? Like, would you tell them everything? I don't want to tell them anything you wouldn't tell them.
I'll tell them.
Okay. It was a slim, long-haired, symmetric face furbolg, alongside a 6-legged dog. Growled thing. Her description matches the dog you guys have seen. The furbolg, which I will say furbolgs are not native to Azarath, so Steve is not from this planet, and neither is, I'm drawing a blank, Bo, right, Chode. So, this is an oddity. You know those guys are from here. Bo, I want you to make a... I want you to make a history check.
What's that? Is there one called history? There's one called history. 8.
8. Sounds familiar. You might know this guy.
Might know this fellow.
Just, I mean,
Okay.
there's not, and the reason I say that there's really not that many slender furbolgs. Like the smallest you get is a pretty stocky guy, so it's like slender. Okay, I think I know one of those. Like, but like, what are the odds it's him? That'd be weird. But no names come to mind or anything.
Okay.
Also,
I don't say
there's
anything then.
yeah, there's no furbolgs in Smog where you're from, or not where you were. So like, it's been a while since you've seen furbolgs other than Steve. So Zabe tells you guys she got captured, immediately taken and sold to Ymir, and has been trapped in this cage for a few days, forced to play music for them. That's pretty much it.
How tall is Zabe?
3 foot.
I look at Zabe and open up my pocket. And say, jump in, you're coming with us.
Do I have to go in the pocket?
No.
I
I'm
could just
messing
come
with you.
along.
I would say, yes, you do. You have to get in the
I'll
pocket.
hop in Melvis's pocket.
And Zabe, I'll assume your violin was stuffed in one of the dressers over there. I'll assume you grabbed that. Your bag of holding yesterday was cut open on that desk, and a dwarf, a really badly misshapen, mutated dwarf, just took all the gold and crotanium, and also a letter that was in that bag of holding that you've never seen before. And you're like, that was in there? You never thought to empty out the bag. When you got it, you just assumed it was empty to begin with. But now it's gone, and the dwarf has it. Your bag's still there. I'll say you grab that, although it is currently broken because it's torn, so it doesn't work. You'll have to get it magically repaired, probably back in Nevada.
Can I use my cantrip of mending to fix it?
You know what? I'll let you roll for fun, but it's gonna be a DC 20. I'll let you just roll a straight Arcana check.
Judging by your previous rolls.
20. Let's go.
A natural 20.
No way.
Oh my god. Nyx, this makes no fucking sense. She's trying to use a cantrip to
I want to fix it.
to fix a magical, a bag of holding, nonetheless, pretty magical item. You see her start to cast it, and you're familiar enough with magic, you're like, yeah, that's what you're doing, fixing the table, like, okay. And then the bag of holding gets its aura back, fixes itself, and you're like, what the hell was that? Because you know this was a cantrip. Anywho, the bag holding is repaired, and you can add bag of holding to your inventory.
Yay.
Just gonna go up to Zabe and say, where did you study? Where did you learn that?
None of your business.
Oh.
Feisty little one.
I'm just gonna turn around fuming.
I will say there
Wait, how
are...
tall are you? You're really tall, right?
3, excuse me. Yeah, really tall, 3'3".
He's a
Are you
half.
guys
Oh, no.
like,
Oh, yeah, everybody real quick. Describe your characters for Zabe. Let's start with Bo Rai Chode.
I'm 4 foot tall and I weigh 400 pounds. I'm very wide and I'm very light on my feet.
Malmus.
I'm a monk. Do I tell you that? I don't know.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm
Oh,
just
shit.
realizing I'm the only like everyone around me is so small. I'm 6 foot and I weigh 200 pounds, and I have purple eyes with red skin.
He's a tiefling.
Yep.
I also just realized that other than Steve, who's like a ginormous entity, everybody else is really small.
Right. That's why I didn't even think about that at first.
So yeah, Nyx, just give up.
Yeah, so I'm a 3'3" halfling, purple skin, purple eyes too, silky gray hair. But
Ooh.
Daniel?
I'm a 5 foot cloaked kenku, which is a little bird person, and not really sure what color my skin or feathers are. Just says unknown on my character sheet.
And also a noticeable trait on Daniel is that his arms are made of mechanical. He's a cyborg.
Well, I thought it was one.
Both. Right?
Let me check the image I put in. We'll go off
I
that.
think the image is both.
Yes, it is both. Oh, Nix, you didn't do your hand motion. How should someone know what you look like?
This
You do your hand
is how I stand.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, I guess
with
the
an
book.
open book at all times. That's not actually
Oh,
that's not
man.
actually true. Okay,
What?
so
This is lore.
now that we have a clear picture of all of you guys crammed in this building, which I will say, Malmus, if you put your hand up,
Wait,
you can touch the
I was gonna say, how are we all crammed if everyone besides me and Daniel is literally like 3 or 4 foot tall?
You're all like within reaching distance, but yeah, the ceiling's
So,
like 6'5" in here, by the way. So
oh, okay. So I'm like basically like hunching over, breaking my neck,
yeah, pretty much.
trying to
I
walk
just
through.
shove
Wow,
people in
okay.
pockets. That's why we're crammed.
By the way, there's 2 chests in the corner, both seemingly locked, and a table full of gold and crotanium. If you want to look at that.
Yeah, I would love to go grab all of the gold and crotanium.
Okay.
I was gonna get there,
Are you
but
trying to
thank
take
you
it
for
like
reminding me.
before anybody else can, or just start slowly gathering it?
Just start slowly gathering it. The way I look at it, everybody around me is half my size, so what are they gonna do,
That's mine, though.
Are we planning on
Oh.
splitting that, Malmus?
They stole it from me.
I will. It'll be for us. I will hold on to it though.
Zabe, that specific gold, unless you're lying, which you can, that specific gold and crotanium is not from your bag. But if you are lying, I need you to make a deception check.
I am.
Okay, make a deception check. Which is gonna be, it's on here.
You're not gonna like this.
Is it a natural 20?
I rolled 20 again.
It doesn't mean Malmus has to do anything, but all of you are 100% sure that is Zabe's gold and crotanium, and you're kind of like, oh, that's kind of fucked up.
There's tears coming out of my eyes still. So
Oh yeah, you sold it.
Am
for
I sure? Am I sure too? Like I'm positive it is. I can't call her bluff.
If all of you are questioning it, yes, you may roll, but you have to roll a natural 20 to call it to see, which is what you can. So go for it.
Let me stretch a little bit. And it's a 12. Yep. Alright.
nice try.
I will say though, it is.
Do you stop though after she says it's hers, or do you keep taking it? You don't have to stop.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. I'm just saying that, like, you're like
I-
the way that she says it, and she's crying. You're like, oh yeah, this probably is her stuff. Ooh.
Yeah, I look at her and see that she is telling the truth.
And then?
But let me get to the. Hold on.
Sorry, I didn't dramatic pause. I don't know.
But I will say to her, I think you're a little bit too small to carry this. This will slow you down. Let me carry it. Genuinely, and I have a genuine look on my face as I say it.
Very chivalrous.
You trying to deceive back? You can roll deception if you're trying to deceive back.
You know what? I am.
Go for it. And Zabe, it'll be an insight check, unless, I mean, yeah, if you roll a natural 20, you have to roll it back, but insight's on here
I
as well.
rolled a natural 20.
Did you seriously?
Yes.
Oh my god.
We're gonna need dice cameras for all of you.
Zabe,
Hey.
go for it.
This is suspicious.
You know what? I got it on the ground right here. Oh,
You don't have to actually.
I just spilled my water.
Zabe, go ahead and roll insight, see if you get a 20.
18.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you believe him, falling through. You're like, oh, sick. I don't have to. That was kind of heavy.
12 hers.
That is Malmus, unless somebody else wants to jump in. That's Malmus, that's 26 gold, 47 silver, and 3 pounds of crotanium you can add to your inventory.
Give me one
What's gonna
second.
do with all that crotanium there?
You said how much gold?
26 gold,
Uh huh.
47 silver.
And then how much crotanium?
3 pounds.
All right. What'd you say, Bo?
What you gonna do with all that crotanium?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure it'll come of good use later on our journey.
You think maybe it might be worthwhile to split that amongst the group?
Again, it could. However, you guys are very short. Now, Bo, you are very wide, so I would assume you are strong.
Furbolgs actually have a natural ability that they
Double my carrying
they
capacity.
can carry twice as much as what their size would indicate.
And I can put some in my bag.
I will say Malmus has
No,
no idea.
it's okay.
Malmus doesn't know Furbolg, so he'd have no idea of that trait. But
Yeah.
in fact, none of them except for maybe Nyx.
So what was the question again?
I just think maybe it might be beneficial to split the goods amongst the party, just in case.
Are we not a team?
We are,
All
but teams
along.
work together, right?
We are
Exactly.
a team that met about 10 minutes ago.
That's true. Some of us met a long time ago. I've known Daniel for years. That's not true. I've known Daniel for a couple days.
I've known Daniel for also a few days, and I have not gotten a fond impression.
You haven't known him as long as I have.
How about we do this so everyone feels fair about this? I will hold the crotanium, and I will divvy out the silver and the gold on whoever wants to hold those. Would you like the gold, or would you like the silver?
I'll take the crotanium, I think.
Are those two bookcases on the bottom?
Yeah, those unlocked in there. Just some you could see the vacancy of the bows and arrows that the goblins took. Otherwise, it's like some extra clothing and cloaks and stuff. The 2 chests on the top there both have locks on them, similar to the one on the cage.
Why don't we do this, Bo? Let's open the chests first and see if we can find anything else. Maybe then you can carry something, since it's so important to you.
That's not about carrying it, man.
All right,
meeting you just
Daniel,
recently.
you got the thieves' tools. Which one are you going for first? Oh, it says you're.
Whatever one.
Oh, there it is. Go ahead.
Whatever one's closest to me. I'm just gonna do that.
We'll go with the one next to the door. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus.
I want to walk right behind him so no one can see around my big body.
I'm going under the table again.
Okay, I can just
24.
be over you.
24. This one is significantly harder to unlock than the cage, but sure enough, you pop it off. You open it up, and inside there you see a pair of boots that look kind of odd. A lot of crotanium, a scroll, and 4 potions.
I'm gonna grab those boots and then walk away to try them on.
Okay.
I'll grab the crotanium. I'll grab the crotanium and then I'll grab the scroll and hand it to fuck, sorry, I'm blanking on the name. Nyx, yes.
Okay, it is.
This looks like something you'd like.
It's 10 pounds of crotanium.
Jesus. All right.
Nyx, roll a d12
Hey, I think-
for me.
I think you should divvy some of that up, Bo, with a wink.
I ignore him.
What'd you get on that d12?
10.
Okay.
How do you
That
spell crotanium?
scroll.
I don't know, I winged it.
Is it K or CH?
I think it's CH, like Chrome.
That crone is, or that scroll is the spell Tiny Servant.
Oh my god, we can make more Zabes.
Yay.
What are we gonna do with the potions?
There's 4 of them, right?
Yep.
Anybody have a potion already? No? All right. Well, then the four of us that were in the party, we'll take them.
Each person gets one.
Yeah. Besides Zabe, because she's new.
A gnome, and she can't carry anything.
Or a little racist.
Yeah.
They are
To gnome.
greater healing potions.
Greater healing potions. Okay.
The tiniest servant spell is kind of long, Nick, so you can look that up. It's a 3rd level though, so I don't even know if you can use it yet.
Right.
Is it a greater potion?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. 4d4 plus 4 hit points when you drink it. 4d4 plus 4. And then you go for the other chest, Daniel. And also, the boots, obviously magical, but you have to take 10 minutes to attune to them, and then you'll find out what they do. Or
Can I attune for them while I walk around?
Are they buy on equip?
yeah, I'll say so. I'll say after 10 minutes of wearing them, you like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know what these do.
Okay, so I'll waddle over to the other chest with them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Uh-oh. 15?
15 unlocks it. This would not have unlocked the other one, but you
Nice.
went with the harder one first. In here is gold, more crotanium, 3 potions, and a cloak of some sort.
I will grab the cloak.
I guess if everyone else has had their share of crotanium, I'd take some.
There's 6 pounds of crotanium there. You can add. I'll say
And everyone was bitching about my 3 pounds.
I'll say
Look
there's
at you.
3 greater healing potions. So there's 3 more you can divvy up, and 42 gold.
I'll take one of the healing potions.
I guess I'll take the rest of the gold.
Greedy little bitch. I'll take just one healing potion.
I'd take a healing as well.
There's 1 more. Zabe?
Oh, can I just put it in my bag?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna swat her hand and grab it and then give it to Daniel.
Make both of you make a contested dexterity check.
Ooh.
Just roll the dice and add whatever's on your dex modifier.
I got a 1.
17.
Bo, you're a monk. Dexterity that's the name of the
know.
game, man.
I know.
Nice try, bitch.
You're so light on your feet. But Malmus is just like, he's pissing you off. He's annoying you, and you're like, what? And then Zabe grabs his healing potion, and you're like, that's for Daniel. But like, you're just distracted, and Zabe is just like, whoop, takes it off and puts it in her bag of holding quick, and then says, hands off, bitch.
I'll just look at her like this.
Oh, you guys weren't letting me take anything, so I get this one.
Hmm.
With that, I think that's everything in the house. So,
Zabe, do you know anything about that orb that was outside? Or were you just kind of... Did you see any of the outside when you were brought in, or did they kind of...
I saw it, but I don't know anything about it.
Interesting.
You know anything about this game? You know nothing.
Game?
Do you know?
No, I don't know anything.
But you think you deserve a potion.
How to play my instruments.
Okay. What do you know? 22 by Taylor Swift? Perhaps?
You know that.
That's awesome. Alright, I guess I'm down to leave if everybody else is.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's head on out. Wait, should we rest first? How are we doing? I guess we're probably fine, right?
Resting would be great.
Should we do
Yeah,
that
I think
in the house?
would be a good idea.
That'd be perfect time because we have some sponsors to get through. So,
Sponsors, okay.
yeah.
Alright, we'll take a
Hey, Pepsi.
little siesta in the house.
Blue Chew.
It's
Can we put
about. Are you
Zabe
doing
back
short
in the
rest?
cage?
It's like because you woke up, started to travel. It's like 4 in the afternoon. You've got a couple
Okay.
hours. You could travel before sunset, or you could just hunker down here and do a long rest. Up to you guys.
What are we thinking? I don't know how everyone else is on.
What do you think?
I feel awful.
Okay.
You guys asked
He
him.
got shot in the
Nix,
chest like 10 minutes ago.
Nix is still like he hasn't even taken the dagger out because he's scared of like losing too much blood. So he's just been holding the dagger. It like is still under the table.
I have
Alright.
2 spells and 3 hit points left.
All right, we can take.
Why did you guys make him open the door?
He volunteered, didn't he?
If he would have failed the dexterity saving throw, he would have been
He
killed.
volunteered. He volunteered. He said, "I guess I'll open it the normal way."
Daniel is such an
I was
asshole.
legitimately, I was gonna like poke it with my staff, but he spoke up first. He was like, "I gotta open it the normal way." All right. You do you.
Okay,
All right,
yeah.
just take a long rest then. Is that what we're feeling?
I would
Yeah?
vote long rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can go long
I
rest.
mean, you'd only be able to
Alright.
really travel in daylight for another 2 hours, so that makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys hunkered down here. Steve's been outside. He spends the rest of his time freeing up the remaining lost bodies. So he does all 10 that were on the staffs and the 4 elves. And then he comes in with he basically has to crawl in there. In fact, he barely fits through the door frame.
Forgot about Steve.
Just kind of uses one of the chests as a pillow. He's like, "Good night, guys." He just starts sleeping.
Good night, Steve.
But while he's out there performing the rituals, because he's got another hour, in that meantime, any conversation.
Steve's still alive.
Oh, the boots. And
We gotta figure out what they do.
and the cape. Walker put in the chat, that motherfucker Steve's still alive.
Yeah, Walk tried killing him for lore.
I don't know
by the
who
way.
this is, but shout out Tommy Two Guns wifey.
You don't know who that is, huh?
Nope.
Guess we'll never know.
No, you're supposed to tell him about the healing potion.
It's probably Jada.
No, yeah, the healing. I had Brooke roll to see what healing potions you guys would get, and she rolled the maximum on both of them, so that's why they were greater healings, and not.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for the potions. Fuck you for deserting us.
Okay, let me see here. I had these saved on the desktop. Okay. The boots. Daniel, you ready to write this down?
I'll take it.
Yes, I'm ready to write it down.
While you wear these boots, you add 10 feet to your speed.
Nice.
Okay.
That's huge for a little rogue boy.
If you can move 30 feet before hitting a creature with a melee attack, you can add 1d6 lightning damage.
Hell
Yeah, when you say that second part entirely again.
If you can move 30 feet before a hit, you can charge him up and it'll add 1d6 lightning damage to your attack.
1d6 lightning damage if I can move 30 feet before my attack.
Yeah. Which might not really be, that might not be helpful for you since you want to sneak and damage, but you do get extra
Can you just
movement.
walk around in circles and then go?
Anything's
At least
possible.
getting style points.
Anything's possible when you roll a 20, I'll say that.
And then always I get plus 10 movement.
Yeah, you can just, assuming you wear these boots for the remainder of the campaign, you can just add 10 to your speed.
Okay.
Malmus, yours is my favorite.
What?
You have the superior cloak of billowing.
Superior cloak of billowing.
While you wear
What does
the
that mean?
cloak, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically for a minute.
What is,
Hell yeah.
what is billow?
Hell yeah.
It waves in the air like it's flowing and
Also, I can just look like a even bigger badass.
And when you do so, the sounds of oohs and ahs are magically audible within 30
That's
feet
awesome.
of you. Also, you appear
Yes.
1 foot taller, And
Wow.
you shed a dim
That's
light.
Let somebody else have that.
Can I have it?
I really want you to get this to save. And you shed a dim light in a 30-foot radius.
Nice.
So, 30 feet in front, behind, left, and right, you get dim lighting as this thing billows behind you.
Being 4 foot tall is my dream. Please.
Shit,
I take a
Daniel,
look. So do I know? I know that this cape does the billowing or whatever, the cloak.
After 10 minutes, which is like how long it takes for you to to attune to it, yes, you
Yeah.
do know. And also, all of you see after 10 minutes of him just wearing this cloak, all of a sudden it flows up, and you guys just start hearing the ooh, ah, and you guys are like, what the fuck is that? You turn over, and Balbus is now it's a magical, it's appearing taller, so you're not actually taller, so it just looks like his head's in the roof, so
That's
his
why I was
neck
just gonna
is just cut off.
What the fuck?
But it looks pretty cool, and also all of you you're kind of tired, kind of sleeping. Well, it's like somebody just turned the light on in a different room, and you're kind of like, can you turn that off? I'm trying to sleep.
Once I hear the oohs and ahs, I immediately take this cloak off.
You can also just turn it
throw
off.
it-
It's not permanent. I just meant as soon as you learn what it does, then it'll calm down. But you can still take it off.
No, I'm gonna give it up. I throw it on the ground, and I say, "That thing is gay."
Okay. Anybody want the cloak?
Can I take it?
Yes.
I want to take it.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can add a cloak of billowing, superior cloak of billowing to your inventory. And it looks, as soon as you're attuned to it, it'll look however you want it to look. As long as it's a cape. But colors, themes, whatever you want it to be.
I expect a full edited video the next time we play of what it looks like. Thank you.
I'll be on it.
Thank you.
And you guys see Daniel on one side just running back and forth really quick, just faster than you've ever seen him as he's testing out his boots. And
Oh
sparks
my god, wait.
are
Can you
happening.
say damn Daniel at the same time? He got new shoes.
I gotta again with Cooley.
Oh
Can bring it
wow!
back.
Oh wow! That's ridiculous.
Right. Can I look for something approximately 30 to 35 feet away, sprint at it, and try and smack it?
Outside,
You see
yes.
Bo.
How about the chrome orb? I'm joking.
Sure.
No, don't do.
Oh no.
It's up to you. That was a joke, though.
Well,
Oh, god.
no, we haven't long rested. No. Let's. How about a stick? Something non-conductive.
So you're still gonna hit it, or what do you mean?
I just want to hit something. I want to test out the boot.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, whatever. All the lost bodies. All right, I'll say, because this was only
Don't
10
attack a
minutes
lost
that you
body.
were attuned to it. Steve's still out there finishing up. He's on the second to last humanoid that was on the stakes. So all 4 of the elves are there. If you want to hit one of them.
All right, I'll hit an elf.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack with advantage.
Oh.
It's a lost body. Its AC is not very high.
9.
Yeah, that'll hit it.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage. I'll say you can use you have a dagger. You have daggers. You can use a dagger.
I was using my arm blade. I guess I shouldn't have probably done that to this poor little elf.
And yeah,
No,
go ahead and
go
roll.
ahead and do it.
Roll damage and add a d6 for lightning damage.
Okay, so my base damage is gonna be 12 plus 2 lightning damage, so 14.
Nice. You run up, and as you're running, and you're cooking. You could feel the sparks below you hit, and a thunderness comes around you. And as you stab the elf, you get a very deep cut through its back, almost slicing in half. And then as that happens, as your blade leaves the body of the elf, you just see it shock in place, and the elf kind of stuns and then falls prone as you see the wound slowly heal itself. Pretty sick.
I'll pat the elf and then walk away.
Does Steve say anything about you cutting an elf in half?
He's over doing a ritual. He doesn't know. I'll make a perception check.
Can I say something about
Natural 20. He definitely
attacking elf?
sees it, and he's not. That was my only roll this whole time.
Can I say something about attacking the elf? Or make
No,
like a very...
you guys are inside.
Oh.
Or I
Darn
guess
it.
you could. I mean, you guys saw him walk out. If any of you wanted to follow him, but
I mean, it's not like the cabin has windows, so I couldn't have seen it.
no.
I'm still in the cabin. Yeah.
Did we hear it?
Make a perception check. I'll say with it wasn't like very loud. It's not like a loud lightning. It's just like the damage. So I'll say it's like a DC 15.
Can I also roll to see if I hear it?
Yeah, all of you can if you want. And Zabe, the perception, it'll be in there somewhere. Your modifier.
8.
No.
18.
18. You hear?
Oh,
you hear
I gotta... Oh, I'm sorry.
No, yeah. What would you get?
Natural 14. My modifier is plus 4. 8.
Yeah, that'll be enough. So yeah, you guys, you're all in there. Kind of, you just like threw the cloak down, which you were a little bit behind Daniel, because Daniel put the boots on first, you put the cape. So you like figure out the cape, you throw it off, you're like, that's weird. And before that was when Daniel went out there. So you throw the cape, Zabe, you grab it, put it on. You're distracted, so you're not really listening. You're like, oh, cool, I got this cape now. And then Nyx and Malmus, you just hear a whoosh outside. You're like, the hell was that? But then you're like, oh yeah, I guess Daniel did just leave. He's doing something. And you're like, did he hit the orb?
When is Daniel? Is Daniel still out there? He didn't come back.
Do you go
did
back
he?
in after that, Daniel?
Yeah, I'll go back in.
Yeah, as you guys like, if you like are about to go outside to go see what's going on, you just see Daniel walk back in.
Can I will ask Daniel what did he just do?
I'll just look down at the boots and point at them.
Oh yeah, he doesn't talk.
You get the sense that he's testing out his new boots.
I'll take a peek outside, and I see the elf was hurt. I can see that. Another perception check? Or?
Yeah, roll perception. Because they're kind of like in that weeds and that vegetation, so it's hard to like...
19.
Yeah, you see an elf's prone. And you're like, probably fell. Because
I look at Daniel. I look at Daniel with love that he attacked that elf.
Make a straight charisma check.
Make a straight check.
Just roll and add 5.
You want your cloak back?
Yeah.
Wait, straight check? Straight check?
Yeah.
That's a 1. Natural 1.
Wait, really? A natural 1?
No, I got a 3. Natural 3.
Okay, so 8. So
Yeah.
yeah, Daniel, hard to read what he's trying to send to you, but you're like, okay. The intent's there, but the feeling's odd. Any other conversation?
I want to ask what brought everyone here. What are you guys doing together?
They found me.
Me and Daniel met in Navarre, if you know where that is. We've been kind of grouped up since then. We've had a couple people split off on the different directions, and we've met these two on the way. We're I think I speak for both of us, and we'll say a little iffy on one or two of them, but we're not going to say which one or both. That's all.
Are you on a quest?
I have a little private quest, but me and Daniel are. I guess we came here to get some gold. We were trying to kill. Came here to kill a mammoth, and then we ended up. Wait, shit! What's this place called? Sorry.
Shadowfall Peaks.
We ended up here in Shadowfall Peaks, and it's been kind of an adventure since then.
Where are you guys headed?
It's a great question.
We're trying to talk to. We heard there's a group in here, the Slavinok. We're looking to get in touch with them.
I will say the symbol for the Slavinok, which you guys have seen it. It's littered throughout. There's carvings in this hut. The goblins have medallions with it. Just so you know, like, you are in Slavinok territory, and like the beings you've killed so far were part of that clan.
Okay.
Although of note, although the giant was close, you have a feeling that like these weren't really like that intelligent of creatures if like you wanted to stop and talk. So like, whatever, But just so you know, these are definitely Slavinok that you've been killing.
Would I know? I wouldn't know.
Oh, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I'm lost.
You've been seeing the symbols, but you're just kind of like, whatever that is. I'd have you roll, but it wouldn't make any sense if you figured it out. With that, Steve, this is when Steve would walk in, squeeze in, lay on the chest, and fall asleep. Good night, guys.
Good night, Steve.
Good night.
The rest of you go to sleep.
I'll lay next to Steve.
How close?
Oh, they're spooning for sure.
Make a
I was gonna
dexterity
say
check,
comfortably
please.
close, but not, I was gonna say not uncomfortably close.
Can you make a straight check?
Yeah, make an athletics check against Steve. What's Steve's strength? It's gotta be-
Athletics, what's he doing to me?
He's gonna pull you into cuddle.
Hell yeah.
No.
I got a 12.
Nat 1.
I got a 12, and I use like my enemy dice. I wasn't really thinking about it. As you like lay like a good foot, 2 feet like away from Steve, but like you're next to him, makes you feel safe. You just feel this meaty paw grab onto your chest, and he just pulls you into his abdomen. You're like, oh, and like you go to wiggle out, and you're like, oh no, I'm stuck here for the night, and you just accept your fate.
All right.
Can I have some squirrels that came in through the door?
Roll a nature check, or whatever. What would be your?
What? She's squirrels are coming through the door. What?
Roll.
What happened?
Yeah.
So nature's intelligence, survival's wisdom.
Yeah.
What's higher, intelligence or your wisdom?
Intelligence.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Did she summon squirrels?
I've got a 17.
17. Yeah. You play a little soft song, very soothing, guys. Like you're like, oh, this is like a little lullaby, and you're using violin or pan flute.
Violin.
Violin, just nice, subtle song. You guys are like, oh, this is really beautiful. Like she sings a lullaby, and two little squirrels just like find cracks in the building and like come over and like sit down like they're at a concert and just like look up at you, and one of them's like cuddling on your ankle and like falling over and flapping like waiting for a belly rub, but like you're clearly busy. Yeah, you get like 3 squirrels. And when I say squirrels, I'm saying Azarath squirrels. They look rough. There's a lot of patches of hair just ripped off, cuts and scrapes. These are like battle hardened
Tattoos.
Like they have hit point squirrels.
Jeez.
Because that's the only way to live in this world. But anyway. Yeah, so you summon them, and then when you stop, they're there to sleep with you for the night. So, with that, next session we'll go through order of who's watching and shifts for perceptions over the night, and start the next day on the next session. So, thank you guys for joining me in the world of Azarath, and thanks to the folks on Twitch who tuned in. So, another successful session.